on a tickle. Take a picture so you can see that we're actually on pitch and all. Gee whiz. That's bad, that. Have a look at, you can see footprints it's leaving here. That's not good, is it? That twice, that one out, top and out once. And,
200 games, Terry.
I didn't know. I think it was yesterday. When did it get put on?
Last night.
Yeah, I was looking at. In fact, Maria shouted. I was watching Man U game, and she shouted in. She said, "So have you seen that?" And I didn't realise that it was 200. Seems like 2,000. Like.
Obviously, that's the only second spell.
Yeah. Obviously, a few years at Alton, and then prior to that.
So we ain't got the full figures, but we think it's over 500 games. We know no breaks. So Maria's had you out of the house for something like 17 years.
I thought it was longer than that. Yeah, it's what I've normal. I just see it as normal. I've always done it,
But I think when you look at those 200 games, you know, it's not a case of you just hanging on to the job because you don't want to let it go. You can see progression from game one, can't you? As a club as a whole.
You look at, and we spoke a few times about young side that we've got good up and coming young players, and I think from first day I came back for second spell we brought some young lads in at that time, and you look at where a lot of them have ended up all playing higher league football. It's what we try and do. We try and develop players, and if they move on, they go with His blessing. And in some occasions they come back, or they'll come back and help us out in dual registering. It's what I've always tried to do. I've always had philosophy of, you know, age is a number, and if you're good enough you'll play, and we'll keep doing that. And it's nice to see. I mean, you've just said a couple of comments that I've had off Tory, probably as I esteem it in County Senior League over the last 20 years. I would say Porky, Pete Goodlad at Athersley for what he's achieved, and Dave Hampshire. Others, probably only other one I'd put in that bracket, bless him's no longer with us, Dave Raggle at Handsworth. I tried to copy a lot of what they did when they had a great first team in our league, County Senior League, but you looked at what they'd got underneath that with under 18s, under 21s, and then Penistone have replicated that with Dave and his team, Lenny and the team they've got up there, and Porky, what Pork's done at Athersley, it's brilliant. And for both them two people to say, I'm glad that they class me as a friend, because I see them as two good friends, and I know we've had words on touchline in games we've played, but always been light-hearted, good fun. And when I'm at theirs, they're at first instance to go to the bar and get me a glass of pop, and vice versa when they come here. So it's really nice that people have acknowledged that the 200 mark, and I hope I'm going to go on for a few years longer.
Oh, so there's going to be no big announcement about retirement for the end of the season?
If I retire, what am I going to do? I'd go watch football anyway, so I might as well go and have an input in it and annoy people.
But looking at at what's going on behind you, in 10 years' time, are some of these players going to be playing for the first team?
Jake, who obviously is reserves, is doing a bit of a coaching session today and tomorrow. We've got 15 lads here, and I think out of 15 of them, 10 of them play for our junior side, and they've just had the lunch now, and they're all singing, they're all taking mick out of me as a Wednesday fan. A lot of them are Barnsley fans, and then they just all started saying, who do we all support, and every one of them have said Wombwell Main.
But they're not old enough to watch the YouTube video due to swearing.
No, they're not.
We should point out anybody under 10 probably should be watching it due to swearing.
I think I get little clips what I show Theo. Theo's over there. But he's coming overnight, he's had enough, he's throwing coat, he's throwing towel in like me. Oh no, he must have got a dab on. Yeah, they're too young for that, but it's great to see them coming up through mini mainers, through junior sections, as I say, about 10 of them play for club. All parents have dropped them off, knowing that they're going to be looked after, knowing that they're going to hope. Well, main thing is they have fun, and they're already saying to Jake, "Why are we only doing 2 days, Jake?" I mean, we're looking to have 2 days. I'm looking at pitch now. Weather now is lovely, whereas we've just walked on pitch now. Game, if we had a game tomorrow, it wouldn't be playable. It's still over the other side. It's waterlogged. But yeah, future, it looks good. We keep going. I think we've got something like 10, 12 age groups, including 2 girls. Just walking across now, we're talking about bringing players in from under 16s. There would have been a couple in this week if Thurcroft had played reserve game. I've got training with them tomorrow night, and they were asking about last week's game, and I'm sure they'll be asking about this weekend. But we've got a blank. We've got a blank this weekend.
But I think that's a lot of people will think, well, that's crazy not playing this weekend because they've already played 11 games. But there's reasons why you have this weekend off, and is it fair to say it's an opportunity to remember people?
We've done it now for since I come back, and before that. Four really good Wombwell people who sadly lost their lives, sadly no longer with us. And every year, round about, it's usually between 10th and 20th of Feb, we trip off somewhere. We're going to Halifax this weekend. And I think we started with about 20 of us. Last couple of years there's been like, we've had a coach load. And this year we've got two full coaches, 100 people are coming. And we just go, we take a photo of all 4 lads, we have a minute's silence, usually about 3 o'clock kick-off time. We'll all try and get in the same pub or same area.
Might be a bit harder this year.
It will, but we'll certainly raise a glass, and we'll certainly show up respect that all
So is it people like Mickey Pearce
Mickey Pearce, good mate of mine, played with me. Pete Angel, one of my first managers.
The Colonel.
Colonel, I mean, he's got there. Lee's one of my mates. There's Eaton and Finley's 2 grandkids. They'll be coming. Then we've got Waddy, who used to come and watch us all the time. And then Ian Hall, who Saturday, Sunday, Elsno Orblo, watched every single game. So 4 proper big characters at Wombwell, and 4 people. I mean, there's a bench over there for Ollie, there's a bench for Colonel. I would say every single time we're in Main, every time a conversation comes up, one of them 4 people get mentioned, and it usually it brings a little bit of a lump to the throat and a tear to the eye, but it usually ends up in a bit of laughter and a daft story. In fact, where I'm stood now is one of my funny stories with Colonel. We just had this junior pitch, just got it levelled. And they've got loads of horsehair on pitch to bond it together, bond all sand together. And reserves were playing on here a midweek. And Colonel picked horsehair up and he put it across his eyebrows, so he got really bushy eyebrows. And he just stood there, and Titch can do a much better impersonation than I can. But Colonel just stood there watching the game and he was just shouting, "Kick it! Kick it!" It seems daft, it seems not, but I'm sure Titch will put it on Facebook for you all. But just stories like that, just the brilliant times I've had up here, and you know, like I say, I hope I have another 200 games up here, because if I get memories, memories I've got now, I'm hoping, I'm sure that I'd have similar sort of stories in the next 5-10 years. Theo's 5, so I've got another probably 15 years to watching him before he starts playing with, hopefully with reserves and first team. So I'll be about for a while. So
after the Legends Day, hopefully Maria's never going to see you without it back games that we've got coming up. It'd be nice to actually play a game, wouldn't it?
Yes, I don't know, we've got week after. I'm not sure, to be honest.
Hemsworth at home.
Oh, Hemsworth at home, they're flying. That'll be a good one to play after a month off. But yeah, it's going to be Saturday, Monday, Wednesday, back to back. And then, I mean, up here it'll be great because reserves will have midweek games, Sunday sides will, my under 16s will.
Because we've only actually got 3 away games left, so...
I know we've only played, in fact...
Shall we start selling season tickets, because they'll get the money's worth?
They certainly would, and they certainly receive a warm welcome at club after, but there's first team have only played 2 at home, 16s have only played 2 at home. Reserves have played a few more at Sunday side, but there's a lot of football to be played up here. And looking at our league shaping, Emsworth at form team at minute. I'll have to talk a bit louder with him at back shouting. Emsworth at form team at minute, along with Penistone, and I know we've got Penistone twice. We've got Emsworth, so there's going to be some big games coming up here, and hopefully we can make it a bit of a fortress up here in right way, and hopefully we can have a shake up at season. I'm not saying we're not in a position to win league, but all teams who are up there challenging, we've got to play them. So we certainly have an impact on who does win league.
So looking at the weather, if you go back to the 2017-18 season, there was a lot of bad weather from October to basically March, and I looked back at Wombwell's schedule. You didn't play from November to end of January, and then you had the whole of March off, and you played right up to 21st of May. And in the North East counties, teams like Gaff Town and Selby had to play 2 nights running. Have you known the weather as bad as this rain-wise?
No, not for rain. I've been up here all day sorting stuff out for junior section, a bit for first, but mainly for junior section, and talking to a couple of lads, Carl Sheffield and Kev James, to all the lads who come in every day, have an hour with Toddy and a pot of tea with Toddy, and we're on about it to them, and they said, I can't remember, but I think it said 78, 77 or something. Season got postponed for rain. I mean, before my time, that's how long ago that was. But in my time, no, not for. I can't ever remember games being called off like this for rain. And you look now, and it's blue skies, a little bit of breeze.
But we're having these days where it's absolutely banging it down.
You look today, and you think, you come up. If anybody walked up here now, and if you just pan round and look at pitch, it looks absolutely perfect. But you walk on it, and it's coming over boot tops. And we'll have 2 or 3 good days, and it tends to be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday, Friday we absolutely have a downpour. Cricket pitch other day, it floods a lot back at wicket. It flooded all outside at banking. It's somewhere where I've never seen it flood like that before. Pitches just all grounds are just absolutely saturated, and any rain now it's causing bad flooding. And
so if any more rain, we'll have to play till August, won't we?
I don't mind that. I know Maria's got a couple of trips off booked, and but she knows what it's like. She knows what crack is with football, and she.
So I think the key message is pray for no more rain.
Well, we've nothing on this weekend. Both Saturday sides have been cancelled. Looking at pitch today, I've had a message off Westy on Sunday side. I can't see Sunday's game being on, so hopefully, like weather we've got now, a couple of weeks, we might be able to get a game. Well, hopefully we'll get on for Emsworth game. I mean, we should have played Emsworth just before Christmas, and just where we're stood now, pitch were just like this, a bit firmer. Apart from this bit area we're stood in now, and it was frosty because of shadow at houses. Obviously would have got that game on. But other than that, a lot of football to play, and there'll be good nights up here.